morning everyone. Invoking the blessings of His Holiness Sri Kanchipuram Peethadipati Jagadguru Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal, I have immense pleasure in welcoming you all to the 29th graduation day of Sri Sankara Arts and Science College, Kanchipuram. The 29th graduation day of the college starts with National Anthem followed by Tamil Thaivathu and Vedic chanting. I request all of you to stand to pay due respect till the Vedic chanting.
गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम्। ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदः शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्तेजसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। प्रातरग्निं प्रातरिन्द्रगं हवामहे प्रातर्मित्रावरुणा प्रातरश्विना प्रातर्भगं भूषणं ब्रह्मणस्पतिम् प्रातस्वाममुदरुद्रगं भवेम प्रातर्चिदं महमुग्रगं भवेम वयं पुत्रमधिधैर्यो विधर्ता आद्रश्चित्यं मन्यमाणसुरश्चिते राजाजित्यं महं भक्षेत्याह वः प्रणेदर्वगतस्य राधः वहेमान्यमुदपददण्डः वः प्रणोजनयगो विरश्वैः वः प्रणवेर्मन्दस्याम उदेदाढें भगवन्दस्याम उदप्रवित्तोदमध्ये अह्ना उदोदिनामगवेन् सूर्यस्य वयं देवानागुं समदौ स्याम मग एव मघवागुम् अस्तु देवाः तेन वयं मघवन्तः स्याम तन्त्वामग सर्वयज्ञो हवेमे तनो बहवरहेतापवेह समध्वरायो नमन्द तदेघ्रावे वसुजये पदाय अर्वाजीनं पशुविदं वहन्नः रथमिवाश्वावाजिना वहन्तो अश्वावधेर्गोमधेर्न उषासः वीरवधे सदमुच्छन्तु पत्राः कृदन्धुहाणा विश्वदप्रवीणाः यूयं पादस्वस्तिभिस्सदानः यो माग्ने भागिनगं छन्दमदाभागं शिगीर्षते अभागमग्ने तङ्गुरमामग्ने भागिनं गुरो भाग्यदेवतायै नमः।
You may now be seated. I invite the principal of college, Dr. K.R. Venkatesan, to deliver welcome address and present the report on academic achievements.
ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Most esteemed and honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, Venerable and dynamic Secretary of our college, Dr. V.B. Rishikesan, Dr. N. Panchanathan, former Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teacher Education University, and the governing body member of our college, distinguished guests, media and press, and above all, the graduates who are going to get their degrees today, and the parents and stakeholders and well-wishers, I have the greatest honor to present a report on the 29th graduation day of our glorious college. His Holiness Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Shankaracharya Swamiji has undertaken Vijay Yatra after visiting Ayodhya. Swamiji is at present camping at Varanasi, the holy city of Kasi, and blesses all of us in yet another holy city, Kanchipuram, for the success of all our ventures for the sake of the upliftment of the society. First of all, I congratulate you, the brilliant students of our college, who are indeed lucky to be inspired and blessed by no less a person than our honorable, noble, endearing His Excellency Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. You are really lucky, you are really fortunate and blessed. Dear students, I believe that through his exhilarating speech, you will certainly get motivation to become successful citizens and contribute to the growth of our country. The college is marching ahead in its 32nd year of service to the deprived, downtrodden and first generation learners. Sri Kanchi Kamakoti Pidadipati Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal started this institution, and His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal, he is patronizing the college only with a view that the quality higher education should be made available at the doorsteps of the society and socially and economically weaker sections of the society without any discrimination of caste, color or creed. In the 32nd year of our college existence, it has crossed many milestones. The college has been accorded permanent affiliation with the University of Madras, included under 2F and 12B sections of the UGC for the recognition of projects, approved by AICTE and accredited with A grade by NAC, and secured autonomous status in the year 2015. With the blessings of their holiness and with the support of the management, our college could enjoy a legitimate pride that ours is the only self-financing autonomous college in Kanchipuram district affiliated to University of Madras. And the other one is being MOP Vaishnav College, the only self-financing autonomous college in Chennai district, affiliated to University of Madras. With the strength of 5,400 students, the college operates 47 buses to the nearby villages for the sake of the students, with 3,486 publications of research articles and 73 books publication of our dedicated teaching faculty members. Apart from designing updated curriculum and fulfilling knowledge enhancement of the present world, the college has also geared up with all possibilities of introducing value-added certificate courses Diploma in Medical Lab Technology, Diploma in Andrology and Lab Technology, Bioinformatics, Food Safety and Quality Management are some of the certificate programs and value-added courses in the science faculty, where Diploma in Tourism, Manuscriptology, Archaeology, Epigraphy, Saiva Siddhantam and Traditional Music are some of the value-added courses provided in arts departments with proper MOUs and tie-ups with reputed organizations. Department of Microbiology has completed the following projects sanctioned by International Federation of Sweden, Department of Science and Technology, Government of India, DPT, on the discovery of anti-TB compounds, anti-inflammatory drugs, and discovery of compounds for dengue fever with around 1 crore. With the unflinching support of the management, a new advanced research laboratory has been established in our college at a cost of 1 crore with sophisticated instruments and which has been inaugurated today by the Honorable Governor. Recently, a collaborative research project has been undertaken by the college with AIMS University, Malaysia, towards combating cancer through advanced molecular techniques and exploring anti-cancer drug development. This is a great achievement of the microbiology department and the life sciences department put together, and the biotechnology and biochemistry departments also have been engaging in research activities in a full-fledged manner, and they also deserve your appreciation at this holy juncture. I am very happy to record the recent achievement of two of our faculty members in the Department of Microbiology, Dr. S. Kumaran and Dr. N. Prasanna Balaji. They have designed a novel equipment for detecting lung cancer, and UK International Drug Design Patent has also been accorded to the device. This shows the unwavering dedication of the faculty members to the scientific advancement and excellence. I sincerely hope that the new advanced laboratory inaugurated by the Honorable Governor will lead to more research contributions in combating cancer and lung diseases, and I trust that several drugs could be certainly discovered by the untiring efforts of our faculty members. The dream project of His Holiness Sri Shankaracharya Swamiji, namely Sankara Community College, is a unit which is run by the trust, looked after by the college, offers free vocational diploma courses to the rural people with a view to develop employment opportunities for the past 14 years. We offer value-added vocational courses in air conditioning, cell phone service, tailoring and embroidering, and multimedia, which has gained a great reputation in the rural area circle. The college also has undertaken a project initiated by Sri Shankaracharya Swamiji, that is Dinamalar, a center for tradition, culture and arts. We have adopted rural area school students and promote traditional cultural values through folk arts and music. In the community radio station, we regularly broadcast programs on water awareness, drug abuse, on child labor and child marriage, with the projects sanctioned by UNICEF and Community Radio Association, Commonwealth Education Media for Learning, and we have developed a radio-enabled learning program in the community radio station, which was a phenomenal success during the COVID period. It is a well-acknowledged fact that our college NSS has been one of the best NSS performers in the University of Madras. They deserve your acclamation and appreciation. The combined central and state government project Apta Mitra disaster management training camp was conducted recently in the college for a period of 15 days. The trained volunteers are now ready as warriors with the equipments, tools and certificates provided by the government to undertake rescue operations with the guidance of the trainers. My Village, My Tree is a laudable venture of the NSS unit of our college under the directions again of Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. It is called as Vriksha Ropanam. Within a short period of time, our students have planted 6,000 trees so far in the period of just 6 months so far in different villages, and it is also ensured that the trees are well maintained. Students are just going to the spot and they have been watering the plants and saplings, and they are also regularly taking photographs and they are putting it and sharing it in the social media also, and we can also see the growth of the trees beautifully. It is as the college is geared up to scale the heights in almost all the areas of academics, research as well as social service for the benefit of the rural area people, we have immense pleasure in extending a warm welcome to the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. As you are lucky to receive the degrees from the person with uncompromising patriotism, such a towering personality, the Honorable Governor, the Chancellor of our Mother University of Madras, I also have the great opportunity of welcoming His Excellency the Governor. It is all because of the blessings of Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. Honorable Governor, Chancellor and dignitaries, I present unto you 1,637 graduates belonging to various arts and science departments who have been duly certified after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of bachelor's, master's, master of philosophy and PhD, and 312 graduates are going to get their degrees in person. I also present unto you 22 university rank holders for the award of medals, and I congratulate all the 22 university rank holders, graduates, specifically for getting their university rank. I have the great pleasure in welcoming yet another towering personality, an untiring, unyielding, ebullient and enterprising personality, an educationist par excellence with 453 research publications, 47 national and international awards, 75 books and 70 institutions as NAC peer team committee member, and as a former Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, he has single-handedly organized 2,000 conferences, more than 1,000 extension programs, 121 world record events, and instrumental in getting many awards to the university. We are proud that we have such a passionate academician in our college governing body. He is none other than Dr. N. Panchanadam, the towering personality. I have immense pleasure in welcoming you, Professor. I have great pleasure in welcoming the dynamic secretary of our college management committee, without whose encouragement and support we could not have achieved all these laurels. I extend a warm welcome on behalf of all of you to the dynamic secretary of our college, Dr. V.P. Rishikesan. I also welcome the newly appointed controller of examination, Dr. K. Naveen Kumar, who is on the dais, and he has also published many research papers, and on behalf of the English department he has been guiding the scholars very well, and I also extend a warm welcome to you, Dr. Naveen Kumar. I welcome the distinguished dignitaries, particularly Sri N. Sundaresh Iyer, the Srikaryam of Sri Kanchipuram, Dr. Lalita Balakrishnan, former principal of MOP Vaishnav College and former governor nominee syndicate member of the University of Madras. I also welcome all the distinguished dignitaries, invited guests, parents, press and media, faculty members of our college, teaching and non-teaching staff members, Vasudeva Sutam Devam, Kamsa Chanura Mardhanam, Devaki Paramanandam, Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Lord Krishna is the first Jagadguru of our Acharyas, and our Acharyas also are following the footprints of that lineage. Krishna, the embodiment of virtuous qualities, killed Kamsa, the incarnation of vice. Krishna also killed Narakasura, yet another embodiment of evil, and we celebrate it as Deepavali. Let us all pray Asatoma Sadgamaya, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, and Mrityorma Mritam Gamaya. O God, from ignorance lead me to truth. From darkness lead me to light, and from death lead me to immortality. Wishing you happy Deepavali, the festival of lights. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Professor N. Panjanathan, former Vice Chancellor, Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University, and Governing Council member of the college, to deliver felicitation address.
His Excellency, Honorable Governor Chancellor, respected members and trustees of Board of Management of Sri Sankara Arts and Science College, respected Secretary of the Trust, very dynamic principal of this great institution, Sri respected Sundaresh ILD, respected Lalita Madam, dear teachers, non-teaching staff, respected parents, dear graduates, press, and respected invitees, good morning to all. At the outset, we all sincerely thank His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, for spending his valuable time to deliver the 29th graduation day address and bless all graduates of Sri Sankara Arts and Science College. His Excellency, the Governor of Tamil Nadu, is a visionary leader, noble person, and a committed personality who is very keen in insisting educational institutions to provide quality education to all of us. He continuously interacts with the Vice Chancellors of various universities, students, teachers, and other stakeholders, and motivate them. He motivates all of them to enhance the quality of education. I myself have experience as a former Vice Chancellor of Tamil Nadu Teachers Education University. We Vice Chancellor got very good, excellent, useful, application-oriented, quality-driven insights from His Excellency. Sri Sankara Arts and Science College, accredited with A grade by NAC, is a reputed institution providing quality education, particularly by integrating Vedic principles with the latest curriculum. It is possible with the blessings of His Holiness Sri Shankaracharya Swamigal. Vedic principles driven Indian education system attracted people, scholars, students from other countries to study in Indian universities like Nalanda and Dakshashila. Last week I had an opportunity to be in Bihar, particularly I visited both Purana, old and new Nalanda universities. The richness of our Indian culture, the glory of our culture. Our Bharat was Vishwa Guru. 10,000 students, 2,000 teachers, all of them had separate individual accommodation. Even today you can go to Nalanda and you can see such a great thing hundreds of years ago. So I had an opportunity to visit last week. Veda means supreme and eternal knowledge. Rig Veda deals with the natural science and physical science. Yajurveda deals with spiritual knowledge, which is the basis for emotional intelligence. Samaveda deals with the music thousands of years ago. Today we have music university. Atharvana Veda deals with the stable mind, scientific study of human behavior, psychology, guidance, counseling. Today we talk, but Veda has spoken 5,000 years ago. These great institutions in Sankaracharya, Sri Sankara College of Arts and Science, integrates all these concepts into the curriculum and provides quality education. We all once again congratulate all stakeholders of this great institution for providing Bharat building, nation building, quality driven education. Our Honorable Prime Minister of India desires that Bharat has to regain its glory, and again it has to become the Vishwa Guru to guide all nations in the world. Dear graduates, you are the future leaders of our Bharat. You are very fortunate to graduate from this great educational institution, Sri Sankara Arts and Science College. I am sure you will be playing a major role in making Bharat, our country, our mother nation, a Vishwa Guru once again. You all have a very bright future. Our blessings are always with you. GER, gross enrollment ratio of this country, great country Bharat, is today 30%. Honorable Government of India wants to make it 50% very soon. That means these children graduates. Along with you who studied in schools, only 30% have become graduates now, BA, BSc, BCom, BBA, BDS, agriculture, all those things. Even into 70% did not become. So, Honorable Prime Minister of India wants to see that all of us are graduates. Our GER improves. Hearty congratulations to you once again, because you are such a lucky people, lucky persons, lucky graduates among 30%. At this juncture, I request you to remain grateful to your parents and to our nation. Also, strive to take our nation to greater heights. We all will continue to adopt nation first principle. God bless all. Thank you very much. Happy Diwali. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. I request the Secretary of the College, Dr. VP Education, to present a memento to the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir. Now I request our esteemed Chief Guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to present medals and degree certificates to the candidates who have secured top 3 ranks in their respective subjects. Master of Business Administration, Janaki K, secured first rank. Master of Commerce, Premlata P, secured first rank. Master of Science and Biochemistry, Pavitra R, secured first rank. Kokila S, secured second rank. Jayanti K, secured third rank. Master of Science and Applied Microbiology, Sandhya K, secured first rank. Manikandan K, secured second rank. Eva Sevidan P, secured third rank. scheduled first rank. Bachelor of Commerce, Devi P scheduled first rank. Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry, Niveda G scheduled first rank. Madhumita K scheduled second rank. Shalini B scheduled third rank. Bachelor of Science in Microbiology, Ashwini S scheduled first rank. Ramya B scheduled second rank. Kritika K scheduled third rank. Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology, Sharmila P scheduled first rank. Yogeshwari A scheduled second rank. Gangamma J scheduled third rank. I call Dr. A. Rajlakshmi, who completed a PhD in PG and Research Department of Biotechnology in our college during August 2023 to receive the degree certificate from the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir. It's our privilege and pleasure to invite our esteemed Chief Guest, the Honorable Governor of Tamil Nadu, to deliver graduation day address.
My humble prostrations to the lotus feet of Adi Sankaracharya, succeeding Sankaracharyas, Mahaswamigal, and I offer my humble pranam to Jagat Guru, Sri Sankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. Respected Dr. K.R. Venkateshan, Principal of the College, Dr. V.V. Risikeshan, Secretary, distinguished Professor and former Vice Chancellor, Professor N. Panchanatham, distinguished invitees present here, faculty members, trustees, members of Board of Management, my dear students, proud parents, friends from the media, brothers and sisters. At the very outset, I congratulate all the graduating students. It's a day of achievement in your life. The degrees that you got today is the result of your hard work, your determination. And you have every reason to be proud of it. A special congratulations to the rank holders. You have made the institution proud. My young friends, on this day of happiness and joy, be thankful to the teachers and remain thankful for all the time to come. Those who gave you the knowledge and the skill that made you achieve what you have achieved today. Remain thankful to the staff of the college, the non-teaching staff who made it possible, who made it convenient through their logistic assistance to achieve what you have achieved. And remain thankful to your parents who repose trust in you. They did all they could to sustain your education and upbringing. Remain ever grateful to them. This college, I heard and we all heard the report given by the principal. And the report, when he was reading, it was like music to the ears, the achievement that the college has been getting from time to time. I had the occasion to visit the advanced microbiology laboratory, and the scientists who gave the briefing, I felt so delighted at the cutting-edge research is being done at this institution. My young friends, you are graduating at a time which is very, very special. You are fortunate, more fortunate than your predecessors, because you are graduating at a time when you are a witness to rise of a new country, where you have opportunities which your predecessors couldn't even dream of. A new Bharat is rising with confidence in itself and with a sense of destiny to lead the world for the better of the humankind. Friends, today our country Bharat is not what it was 1 or 2 decades back. This was a country known to be a populous country. Earlier we used to be called the second largest in population next to China. Of course, we have become now number 1. But the world did not take us seriously. We were at the margin of high tables were out of reach for us, and at times even if provided, we were at the corner. Today, Bharat is at the center stage of the global affairs. When the Prime Minister of India speaks, the world listens and listens with attention. Before 10 years, less than 10 years, we were the 10th economy in the world. Today we are the 5th and poised shortly to be the number 3. Until a few decades back, the world and our own people, our own economists, were resigned to the fate that India can only grow very slowly. In fact, they had coined an expression, they used to call it Hindu rate of growth, because a negative perception was given around that the Hindu we are today among the leading countries in science and technology. We are measuring the height of the space and the depth of the ocean. We have landed on the south pole of moon, which no country has yet done. We have our scientists established research station at 6,000 meters down in the bed of the ocean. It's again among the very few countries in the world. In every domain, India is rising, and India's rise is being noticed, acknowledged, and respected by the world. Today, we are the most digitalized country in the world. No country. Thanks to our Prime Minister Digital India initiative. That even the last man in the village is connected with the digital infrastructure. And the kind of revolution that it has brought in our life, brought in our individual and collective national life, is showing the result. The empowerment of our individual, the last man. Today, India accounts for the largest digital transaction in the world. Almost 45% of the global digital transaction per day happens in this country. A decade ago, people used to walk. How can people in the rural areas, illiterate people, how can they do it? But they are doing it today. They have proved that given the access, they can do wonder. So all that transformation from that so-called Hindu rate of growth, as they used to use the word, to the fastest growing large economy in the world, soon poised to be the number 3. From nowhere to among the top 3 fastest growing startup ecosystem in the world. From nowhere, the most digitalized country in the world. All these transformations that we see today, which are happening today, is because of the inherent strength of our people. For a very long time, our leaders did not trust the people. Mahatma Gandhi had a faith. Mahatma Gandhi knew that you trust the last man. Trust his wisdom or her wisdom. And when I said her, I am reminded to say that India has also overcome the long-held ignominy of gender disparity. For all these decades, we had more number of men than women, not because women were not born, but because of various reasons. Some part of the country we had female feticide. Healthcare, nutrition in all the fields, women were neglected. And the latest survey shows that we have not only bridged this gap of gender, but I think today there are indications that we have more number of women than the men in our country. And they are achieving in every field of life, which you would see even in the degree distribution. That among the achievers, among the rank holders, I was delighted to see the larger number of women. So all these strengths that our people have, our people, earlier leaders couldn't believe it, couldn't trust. As a result, the entire effort to develop the country was government-centric. Government to develop this country. And that developed a patron-client relationship. People start looking up to government for everything. There are a number of rules, regulations, restrictions on the initiatives of the people, primarily because there was a lack of trust. Today, if our country 10 years back, with 60% open defecation, we are open defecation free today. If today we are the most digitalized and if we have from less than 500 startup to more than 125,000 startup today in less than 8 to 9 years, it is not because of government, it is because of the young men and women like you. The trust in our people that they can do wonders, they have the capacity, trust them, give them opportunity, remove the blocks, remove the obstacles, and they will do it. And they are doing it. This fundamental change in trusting the people and people's strength. This is unfolding. These energies are unleashed and harnessed, and collectively they are bringing the result that we are all witnessing today. Friends, as we know that this new Bharat is moving forward with a sense of destiny, and the destiny is to lead the world for the better of the world. And we have a target, we have a timeline. We cannot wait, we have lost a lot of time. 7 decades is not a short time in the life of a nation. 7 decades means the 3rd generation. No, we cannot let that happen. We cannot lose time. We cannot lose a moment. We cannot lose a day. And so, we have set the target. The nation has set the target that in next 24 years, by 2047, when the nation celebrates centenary of its independence, Bharat will be not only a fully developed country, self-reliant country, but it will be a country with a vision to lead the world, to save the world. You know, the world today is in the midst of crisis. We have wars everywhere. Some are visible, but many are invisible. But people are in conflict with each other. Men fighting men. When I say men, human being, one set of men fighting others. Countries fighting with each other. We are fighting with the nature, climate crisis. Man versus the nature. We know how Mother Earth is heating up and what are going to be the consequences of it. A world order created after the Second World War by the powerful countries, those who were victorious in Second World War, they created a world order based on military strength and wealth. The world order created on the strength of military and wealth has proved unsustainable. Much of the problem that we are facing today is because of that. And it became all the more, its failure became all the more obvious during COVID. During COVID, perhaps the biggest disaster in human history, no one was spared at that point of time. The world, especially the less fortunate, poor countries, they expected the rich countries to help them with medicines and vaccines. But this didn't happen. They looked at it as an opportunity to make more money. The prices of vaccines went up. At that point in time, it was Bharat, this country, and thanks to our scientists, that we got the vaccine, which is among the best in the world, And we shared the vaccine with the needy people, the less fortunate people, in over 150 countries. In over 100 countries it was given free. This is Bharat. When the Bharat rises, the world looks at it with hope and expectation, not with apprehension. Some countries, when they rose, the world looked at it with apprehension because they were hegemonistic. They were imperialistic. Bharat is rising as Vishwamitra, as a friend of the world. In recently concluded G20 leaders meeting summit, it was obvious. Bharat is rising not only in the domain of physical prosperity, but also in the domain of its outlook, which is the heritage of a spiritual heritage given to us by our rishis and saints since several thousands years ago. Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, Yadu More, Yadum Kele. This was given to us by people several thousand years ago. And this is what is Sanatana Darshan. What is Sanatana Darshan? Sanatana Darshan is when we see ourselves in everyone. When we see it, when we say Atmamata Sarva Bhuteshu, Mamatma Sarva Bhutatma, and all the variations, all the different manifestations that we are saying it is Avibhaktam Vibhakteshu, indivisible, looking divided in millions and millions. When our Rishi, great Saint Valala says, Vadi Pairi Kandpode Lam Vadi. This is Sanatana. This is Sanatana. It doesn't distinguish between humans. It doesn't distinguish between humans and plants. It doesn't distinguish between humans and animals. All are creations of the divine, and divine is present in each one of them. This is Sanatana. And over thousands of years, this outlook towards self and towards society and towards the environment, it created a moral framework where each society having its own unique identity, and yet they live peacefully together as brothers and sisters. No country in the world can parallel diversity of India. Our Bharat, in terms of any diversity, in terms of languages, in terms of cuisines, cultures, geography, a stunning diversity. Each society is organized along its own ethos, but underpinning of that is we are all one. This oneness of creation. We are one, all the family. Kudumbam. When we say Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam, the world is a family. And when we say world is a family, it is not only humans, it also includes animals and plants. We are all a family. This outlook, this, imagine the great minds, those rishis, those who reveal this wisdom, that we have all the diversities. Diversities are apparent. Underneath this apparent diversity, there is oneness. The common thread running and illuminating the entire creation. And this shaped our attitude to ourselves, to our family, to our society, to our environment. An inclusive moral framework. An inclusive moral framework. Where there is no concept of I and you. It's the concept of us, we. No darshan, no philosophy in the world can parallel compare this. And this is the answer to the conflicting world today. when the world is fighting, people are fighting with each other and with the nature. This is the mantra, this is the formula which Bharat has to offer to the world. Some people try to find fault with Sanatana by quoting or referring to some of this wrong social practices. The wrong social practices, unfortunately we have, and we have it quite palpable. Social discrimination, untouchability. This is a curse. But you know, in a body, when you have a festering wound, that wound does not define the body, the wound has to be cured. If there are wrong practices, they have to be cured, they have to be corrected with all our might, with all our initiative. But that does not take away the fact, the core of our Sanatana. It doesn't accept this. Then there is no discrimination between human and plants, human and animals. We know we worship all animals. We worship a snake, we worship elephants, we worship every creature. We worship trees. How can there be a discrimination among the people, among the humans? These are all evil practices. These are all like festering wound on our body. They have to be corrected, they have to be cured. But we cannot throw the baby with the bath water. When you take bath, impurities come in the bath water. That is, impurity has been thrown. You cannot throw the baby. The core has to be retained. The core is where our salvation is, where the future of humanity lies. And the institution where I am standing today, named after Sankara, Adi Sankaracharya. What a great divine soul. He was the leading proponent of this Sanatana Dharma. Unity, oneness of entire creation. And it traveled from here, south to north, went up to, imagine, Badrinath. East to west, traveled across the country. He didn't encounter any objects, all the Sapta Tirtham. And this place is one, this holy place is one among them. And they traveled. And people everywhere welcomed them. There were different kings, different queens, different Raja, Maharaja. People were unmindful. They traveled together as a family. Kanchipuram has hosted people from Manipur, from Assam, from Kashmir, from today's Uttarakhand. All places people have visited this place. Long back, 600 years ago, there was a great saint of Assam, Mahapurush Sankara. At the age of 30, he traveled from Kamrup, which is Guwahati, Assam today, and he came to Rameshwaram, studied, came to Kanchipuram, studied, and then he went back to Kashi. He studied. When he went back to Kamrup, one of the first composition he made was Dhanya Dhanya Bharat Bhumi. People have traveled. Guru Nanak Dev came to this place. People from here to there and there to here, they have been traveling as a train. At this very place, in the 5th century, one of the Pallava prince, he was to be anointed as the successor king. He renounced and went to Nalanda, the world famous university. He studied, became Acharya. Once he became Acharya, he was anointed at Bodhidharma. He studied, he taught there, he came here. And then he, by sea route, he went to China and established Shaolin monastery and spread Buddhism there. It went from here. Shaolin Kung Fu, all these are variations of our martial art from this place because Bodhidharma had taken the whole truth. This place has spread the light. Today, we are trying to divide the people in name of language, in name of artificially created theory of race, and cursing the very moral force that established a cohesive social order which kept the whole country together. That is not acceptable and that will not succeed. My friends, young friends, you are embarking on life. Till today you are a student, but having graduated you are entering a phase of life. And as I said that you are lucky to be graduating at a time when opportunities are far more than ever before. I urge you, I advise you, to explore the opportunities. As a product of a prestigious college, you must have, each of you must have a large dream. A large dream to achieve in life. Because if you have a small dream, it will not grow large. You cannot grow larger than your dream. Dream large. Dream big. Work hard to fulfill that dream. Without working hard, you cannot. There is an old saying, Nahi suttasya singhasya pravishante mukhe mrga. In a sleeping lion's mouth, bear doesn't go. It has to struggle, it has to fight. So you have to work. Work hard to fulfill the dream. And trust me, what Thiruvalluvar, great Thiruvalluvar said, This is Pura number 666. What if you are working with determination, there is nothing beyond you, you will achieve it. Don't get demoralized by setbacks. Setback is a part of life, is a part of growth. No life is a journey of continuous success. We have all failed multiple times. The only difference is we didn't allow failure to defeat me. Rise, fail, rise again. Try again. Try something big. And third thing is have self-confidence. Confidence in yourself. You are your best friend, you are your worst enemy. Atmanaiva hi atmano bandhu, atmanaiva hi buddhatmanaha. Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna says that. You are the friend of yourself, you are the enemy of yourself. So, dream big, with total dedication, full commitment, work hard to achieve the dream. And trust yourself. Don't listen to the negatives, negative vibrations around. If you have, keep away. Don't keep company with people, those who keep cribbing and talking about failure. No. That absorbs your positive energy. Keep them away. Remain positive. And with this, you will be the builder of this country. You will not only build your own career, you will not only make your own family proud, you will not only inspire the people around you because each of them will look up to you as an icon, but you will build this nation. You are in a unique position to be the witness of this rise of Bharat and also to be a builder of this Bharat. Bharat will not be built by some abstract body. It will not be built by the government. it will be built by people like you, each one of you. Remember your national responsibilities. You are not just an individual. Here you may be sitting in number that you have several hundred people. But each one of you, remember, each one of you is a national asset. Is a national asset. You have a potential to grow large. An example which I often tell the young people, my young friends, that you are like a seed of a banyan tree. Within that tiny banyan seed is hidden a large mammoth tree. Grow. Grow to your full capacity. Because if you do not grow, and you have no reason not to, because you are privileged to have been educated, graduating from a prestigious institutions, you have got the best of educations. If you do not grow and if you remain stunted, it is your loss, of course. It is a loss of your family, but it is a loss also of Bharat. Remain conscious of it, that you are not just an individual. You are not just a member of your close family, your parents and siblings. You are a member of this larger family called Bharat. This is our larger Kutumbam. And you have to grow. And for that, you have to work hard, dream large, work hard, and have a trust in yourself. And I can tell you, the sky is the limit. Nobody can stop. My friends, I wish each one of you a very bright and successful life and career. I want you all to remember one thing, that a question, keep in your mind the question, the answer to which you should seek the answer on 15th August 2047. When the country would be celebrating centenary of independence, each one of you must ask a question: what did I do to make my country great? And that answer will give you the sense of your life, how fulfilled has been your life. Remember that. I wish you all the very best. I wish you and everyone a very happy Deepavali in just a few days away. Festival of life. All the best. Thank you. Nandri. Jai Bharat.
I call upon the graduates to stand up and take the pledge. I request the esteemed Secretary of our college, Dr. V.P. Rishikesh, to administer the pledge.
We shall, in thought, word, and deed, endeavor to be superfluously repeat பண்ணுங்க சொல்றேன். We shall, in thought, word, and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the of our duties in our profession, and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and the honor of the institution. We shall uphold and advance social order and well-being of our fellow members and shall devote all our energy to promote unity and integrity and the secular ideal of our country.
Thank you, sir. May I request all the rank holders, please come to the stage.